Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, 6:24. Yes, it is. It's 6:24. It is Monday. We have a week left of this month, a little over a week left. So, what do you all think about Mondays? Me? Well, it's always bearer of bad news on Coffee Talk. This isn't that bad, but this is talking about proper attire in the dining room. Recently, a couple, whatever their reasons was, they said they misunderstood the dress code. I don't know how that's possible, but they went in and they got seated wearing shorts, flip-flops, and t-shirts next to everybody else in the dining room that was to their best dress. And that's a special night for some people. I'm assuming the people sitting the closest to them were the most upset because they said something about how people were talking, whispering, not being kind to them, and giving them dagger looks. Well, I must be guilty of that because I don't think you should show up in the grand dining room on formal night wearing that. One is, they broke many rules. They say you can never wear shorts in the dining room. You can't wear flip-flops or t-shirts, but that night they did. They wore just that into the dining room, and nobody stopped them. So it kind of goes both ways. Now, certain celebrity will stop you. My son was wearing a formal kilt, and they wouldn't let him in until I pretty much jumped down there, and then they let him in. But the point is, they learned something. They thought he was a guy dressed up like a girl. It doesn't look anything like a girl because I'm not any girls that will wear that. So, all in that aspect, it was understood. They never saw one. But then I found two other people on that cruise wearing formal kilts. So, I don't know. Also, on most cruise lines, if you're wearing that and it's formal night, they will not let you go in there. So I don't understand why this cruise line let them go in and eat. Now, I know a lot of people complain about this, and when I go look at a photo and I'm going to buy, oh, here's a group picture, it's formal night, everybody at the table. And somebody said recently in a video, I wouldn't care 5 tables down. Well, because Tony doesn't get a dining room group table, that which is sad, and I think that's great to have your table mates all dressed up. You may never see them again. I keep in touch with most of them, and you can see almost all 5 rows down because they're not lined up, they're catty cornered, and you can see maybe, we'll say, a gentleman standing 4 or 5 rows standing up talking to his table mates. And you can see his Hawaiian shirt, his shorts, and everything else very clear in those pictures. All right, so I would say be kind when it's formal night and you don't want to dress up, go to another restaurant. And I understand why people were upset. I would be one of those. And I don't know. I don't think they should have been allowed in the dining room because it doesn't matter. Even she said she misunderstood the dress code. They don't allow flip-flops, and they do say shorts, and they do say t-shirts. So why were they even allowed in the dining room? Now, I did try to find this story. I couldn't find details of this story, but Tony had this story, and all Tony does is have a nice shirt with a jacket over top, but he doesn't go in the grand dining room that often to eat, unless there's something he wants to try, which is fine. But he doesn't do formal night. That's his formal night. It's a nice jacket. We all know Lalita Loca. He's a large man. I think he looked good in the suit. But hey, you know, that's my opinion. I'm just saying be kind when you go in wearing, beach wear, which I call it, into a grand dining room, and it's formal night. Now, someone says, well, wait a minute. What about anytime dining? Well, anytime dining pretty much is separate now from those who still have standard dining. And you still have to follow the dress code. It says that. You still have to follow the dress code. So even though, say, you got a ship that does both, and they're worked in there, you still have to follow the dress code of the dining room. So that I did confirm. But there was a time on Carnival Pride that they didn't have a separate dining room. They were testing this theory, and there was a father and son sitting right next to us in beachwear, and we were all dressed up. And the way the dining room was designed to get a group picture, they would have been in it because they had booths, and we were like in this big booth. So the person would have to come around, take a picture of us this way, and there they were. So, I mean, a lot of people were talking about it, but the point was they were anytime dining. They should have been told they would had to follow a dress code, but experience may have been NCL. But I found out on NCL, you still cannot wear that in a grand dining room, anytime dining. You may dress better, but they really don't want you to go in there with a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops. Yeah, if you have nice shorts, dress shorts, and a nice top and sandals, decent, or sneakers, I don't see a problem with that. I've seen a lot of people take that wardrobe that I just explained on NCL and make it really nice. It's easier for women than men. But yes, make it really nice. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you don't want to put on long pants for an hour to eat. But just think about, they were upset because they were being stared at, talked about, and they felt that they were kind of blackballed. But you'd be surprised what a camera, which I take photos, what it will catch at the moment. Now, if there's two people, and they do the two people, and it's close up, that's one thing. But I have always loved my group table photos. And sometimes it has to be sideways, and you'll get everything behind it and around side of it. So think about that. What do you think about somebody wearing... I'm talking about beachwear. I'm talking about just like this t-shirt here. It's not something that has a little hole in the thigh. You shouldn't wear in the dining room, which my shorts are nothing special. There's everyday shorts. Actually, they're jogging shorts, and I have flip-flops on. And that's basically what they were wearing. So, what's your opinion? I want to know. I want to know what your opinion is about someone wearing the wrong thing on the wrong night. I know for some people... they don't go to the grand dining room at all because they figure you have to wear really, really nice clothes every night, which is not true. And so they eat other places, and because they feel that they don't want to be stared at or, look at it. Yeah. So, what do you think? I want you to tell me what you think. Have you ever seen anyone or been set in your eye view of somebody not dressed appropriately for the proper night, like formal night or smart casual? I like smart casual. Nice sundress, not a beach dress, but a nice sundress with nice shoes, a little bit of jewelry can go a long way. A gentleman is a dress shirt. He doesn't have to have a tie and nice pants. He doesn't have to have a tie. He can if he wants to, but that's all he needs, as long as, doesn't have to be button-up collar shirt. I've seen some really nice polos that, and dress pants. That looks really good. And it's easy. And it's, hang it back up in your closet when you're done and go out and have blast. I mean, I've also seen where a whole family, smart casual or formal night, dressed to the hilt with their kids with the very best of dresses and suits and little tucks. And so, you don't want to ruin that for them, who's all dressed up to the hilt, and they're going to get photos done or had photos done. They want that group photo. So that's coffee talk for today. So please tell me your opinion, because I want to know, what do you think about not dressing appropriately on formal night in the dining room? And should they be allowed in? I've seen people turn away. I've seen people not allowed in. And should the cruise lines enforce their dress code? NCL has one. I've looked when we were there. Not a strong one, but they have one. Have a good day.